situation in your life that has shifted your perspective on how you view life now?
So I grew up in a pretty religious family. My mom and dad are, born again Christians, pretty religious. Always grew up with religion and kind of like we're told by our parents what our values are supposed to be. So I went to college in Arizona, and then after graduating, like my goal, I really wanted to move to San Francisco. I had visited San Francisco and really wanted to go there. So I moved there and I got a job in fashion, and I worked in Macy's buying office, and I got to meet tons of different people. And I think it was the first time that I really interacted with people that were gay, or gay people, however you want to say. And I had a couple girlfriends that were lesbians, and then I had a really close friend that was gay, and his name was Andy. And when I first met Andy, I don't think he was too thrilled with this like kind of hillbilly Arizona girl, but we became like thick as thieves, super fast friends. And so we had like a group of probably 6 of us, and so we all lived in San Francisco together, and it was like the first time I was really put into that world. Like we'd go to the Castro and go to gay bars with him. So this was like early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. And it's when AIDS was pretty prevalent. I mean, it definitely wasn't the beginning of AIDS. I had known about it, but growing up in Scottsdale was just like quiet, and you're scared of AIDS, and it's something that only gay people have. And so I think moving out there was the first time that I actually saw people that were sick. And anyway, so we would go, and we were super great friends. We would hang out with him, and he led a pretty wild life, and we all knew it. We'd go out to gay bars and see him picking up on different guys, and kind of knew the lifestyle. And we were waiting. We had known some people that had tested, positive, and we were told they had AIDS, and we were always just like worried. Oh gosh, it's gonna happen. And lo and behold, it did happen. And he told us, and at the time he was pretty far advanced. I think he probably knew deep down inside that he had already had AIDS and just didn't want to face it. So he ended up passing away, and we were with him towards the end, at his house, and we definitely saw him deteriorate. And I think that really for me brought like what I was brought up in, and in this like conservative Christian home, and then actually being around that lifestyle and seeing what it was, and then actually being really, really close to somebody who ended up dying. And then there was one other thing I was going to mention is, so when he passed, we went to his funeral, and we went back to his house afterwards, and he grew up in this small town in Nevada, and we went to like the memorial, and I just remember all of us, we were like, all these San Francisco people dressed in black, like super severe fashion people. And we went there, and he had like the kindest parents, and they were just very low key. And just to kind of see where he had came from, it was kind of like, very farmish, and to see where this like bougie gay guy really came from, I just think was super eye-opening.
Experiencing like that situation, do you like view things different, like being here in Chicago, like because of that situation you view things, you're like, wow, like if I didn't go through what I went through, like I probably would not see things differently?
It totally affected me. I mean, now I'm a grown woman with a family and things like that. I mean, living in San Francisco, especially like how I grew up, was like kind of, I really wanted to get out of Arizona and like experience this different kind of lifestyle. Like I love California, and I love like the spirit of San Francisco, and just like meeting new people, and like that total vibe. So it totally changed me. And it was funny because it was like something, the first time I went there, I was in college, and I knew it. I was like, I'm gonna live here. And I don't remember how many years I was there, and I made some really great friends, but at the end I did end up leaving because I thought it kind of full circle about the morality stuff. I just thought I don't know if I could see myself like raising my kids here and things like that. So I think it did make, I think I totally experienced something that I always wanted to, you know, and I'm glad that I did it. So yeah, I do think it changed me.